Hey buds, it's Wednesday! And as you can see, we're back in the kitchen. We're not going to be cooking today, but instead we're going to do an experiment. It's an experiment that I learned how to do a long time ago on a show that me and Betsy really used to love when we were younger. It was called Zoom. I don't know how many of you actually really remember that show, but it taught kids like experiments and stuff. It was a really fun show. So today's experiment is going to be done with cornstarch and water. It's super easy, fun, and it's really easy cleanup too. And so let's get started. Okay, so for this experiment, what you're going to need is some cornstarch. Any cornstarch will work. You're going to need water. The amount is not really important. Going to need a spoon or some other kind of stirring utensil. And I'm using paper plates because we're going to do something nifty. Alright, so the cornstarch. Oh, we haven't even opened this. Wow. Okay. Get that open. Okay, spoon. Okay. I'm gonna put it on the plate. I'm not gonna do too much because might not want me to use too, because I don't think my mom wants me to use this all up. Okay. Lid on. Maybe. There we go. Okay. Now add some water. Don't add too much. It's better to add more than have too much. And it's already getting hard. Wow. Okay. Add more water. Okay. You can already see that since I'm stirring it, that it's already starting to do what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to get really hard. Okay. I know I have enough water. Mix. This is actually really hard. Literally all this is cornstarch and water. This is a great experiment to do with kids. I used to do this with my nephew, and we had a ton of fun. I'm going to add just a teeny tiny bit more water. I'll get the rest over here. That was my cat Doobie running through the kitchen. Okay. To clear this off the spoon. This is also not too messy, so. Alright, so. See it? It looks super, it looks kind of like slime, right? Check this out. Let's take it a step further, shall we? As you can see here, we've got a hammer, we've got some toothpicks, we've got a fork, and a knife. And now that we have our stuff mixed up, we're going to hit it and poke it, and we're going to watch what happens. Let's try the hammer first. It kind of does something. Let's see, get it all kind of over here. Fork. thick. I'm kind of waiting for it to break my toothpick here. Knife. So it stabs pretty easy. Alright, now we're just going to play with it a little bit. You can... It's actually a little harder than I thought. Ugh. Grab it. It turns to liquid. But it's so hard. Look at this. You can see that it's like a solid and then it turns to a liquid. Ugh. It's a little gross, but it's really fun, especially for kids. Because this thing is just, it's hard, but then it melts in your fingers and does this cool thing. Fingers sink in it. This stuff really is fun to play with, I'm not gonna lie. You don't even have to have kids to do this. This is just fun to play with. Look at this. And it just melts. But it's still so solid, look. Alright buds, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed our experiment. What's really cool is that if you want to see this experiment done in large scale, just look for the Mythbusters episode, the Walking on Water myth. At the end of the episode, they get a huge tub thing and they fill it with a ton of cornstarch and water mixed together, and they actually can walk on it, run on it, and jump on it too. So if you want to see this experiment done in large scale, definitely watch that episode. And I mean the original Mythbusters with Adam and Jamie. Anyways, to answer Betsy's question this week, my favorite cartoon character is definitely Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon. I love dragons, and How to Train Your Dragon is definitely one of my favorite movies. I'm not going to ask Sam a question this week, and you guys will find out why on Friday. But until then, I'll see you buds. Bye!